So the PvP server is about to launch in a couple days, so I was just looking for something to do. I'm not really going to invest much time in characters on the non-PvP server, so I'm just going to do a little fishing, see what my fishing skill is on this character. Yeah, we can skill it up a few skill points and go from there. Like I said, the PvP server starts in 2 days, and it's just don't really feel like investing too much time on any characters here until I figure out how that's going to work out over there. I did notice some of the custom quest rewards for some of the items were pretty good. I think I got a wand on my lock that was very handy, and on my shaman that I don't stream or anything when I play them. There's a thing called the Horde Defender Axe, which is a quest over here in the Barrens. It's a blue axe, man. It's sweet. I'm gonna tell you that. It's really good. But overall, I've enjoyed my time playing here and whatever. And I've tried several different approaches as far as streaming. Just listening to Everlook Radio and just doing the fishing. I did that yesterday. But oh my god. Okay, let me deal with this guy. I thought it was on my other character because I have a turtle pet, and I don't know. I was just really disconnected as to what was going on right there. Got oily. No, we don't have oily blackmouth. I can send these deviant fish either to my shaman or my warlock to cook them up for deviant delights. I have cooking on this character too, but I don't have the deviant fish recipe. Let's see. But yeah, the PvP server launches in a couple days. I was super excited about it, and now I'm not sure how I feel about it. It's gonna be another rat race, and ultimately I'm not gonna raid. I don't know what I want to roll, to be honest with you. On hardcore official classic, I really enjoyed playing a rogue for the first time. I enjoy that class. They've made so many changes to classes and gear in this game. I don't know what direction to go in with anything anymore. That's one of the things that's really put me off, you know. Just the base game, I have some sense of direction. Like if I take Taylor and, you know, and I'm a warlock, that I know what kind of gear I need to wear, and, you know, and what I need to shoot for in game, and this, that, and the other. And I thought I had a grasp with leatherworking too, with the helmet for the druid. And I don't know, man. I'm just at this crossroads. Like, I've played this game on and off for so many years, but so much of it's still very new to me. Even with the base game that I didn't get to experience, because I did start the game a little later because I was in the Anarchy Online at the time. The amount of content that I've missed out on in this game is just, it blows my mind. And it's like you're never going to get to experience any of it, because no matter what era of this game that I've played in, no matter what version of this game I've played in, there's always somebody to gatekeep progress. With Turtle, it's just a lack of information in general. The forums are, you know, the class forums aren't even helpful. There's like no roadmap, no, I just don't know, man. And with the database being down, that you're supposed to be able to search all this information, it's like, man, I'm just doing this blind every step of the way. The only thing that I found on my own has been the custom quest. So I just don't know. It's really frustrating. I don't know if I want to continue to play or not. I might have to actually just go back to official. At least there, I know kind of where to go and what to do and what I need to strive for. I'm just totally lost here. I'm a fish out of water, you know. And man, I really don't want to have to pay a subscription. I do enjoy the vanilla leveling process and the exploration and stuff. And the few quests that I've got to experience that they've added here on this server have been really good, and some of the rewards are really worthwhile. So I just don't know, man. I probably shouldn't have picked any kind of MMO back up, but classic hardcore sucked me back in, and I got bit by the bug again. And now I don't want to stop playing it, but all I know how to do right now is raise my fishing. I'm about to get attacked by this turtle again. I picked a horrible spot. Oh, thankfully there's a warlock over there that needs it. Let's see if my cooking recipe for that particular fish still raises my skill. Oh, not really. I about maxed it out. I caught so many of those the other day. I'll take that. Oh, he didn't loot it. That's gonna taunt me the whole time. And back during Burning Crusade and stuff, when I was raiding on my druid, I do remember that Wolf's Helm helmet, I think is what it's called. I remember having to use that for a while, and I made it through leatherworking. And I think it gave you rage when you hit dire bear form, and it gave you energy when you hit cat form, and it was kind of a requirement for raiding. It seems like I went in, if I'm remembering right, I think I went into Kara with it, or I went into one of those raids with it. I don't remember. It's been so long ago. But I remember doing Kara on my druid. I just can't remember the gear I was wearing at the time. But I do remember that I had that helmet for a while though. I think once I hit 150 on my fishing, I have to buy a book from Booty Bay. I think that's what I did on my lot. I'm not going to be able to do that because I don't have the gold for it. So I'm going to get up to 150. I think it's 150. And let's see. Yeah, 150. So I have 25 points to go. And once I get up to 150, I guess I'll tap out there. I can use these clams. I don't know why I decided to raise cooking on a second character and fishing, but I enjoy it. I was actually fishing up some greens out of this with my lot, which has a slightly higher fishing skill. Deviant scale cloaks. I enjoy it. I like fishing those little wreckages in Desolus and stuff. I thought if I made a druid and took him over to Desolus with I'll get the swim form at level 16. I probably won't get it at 16, but I will pick the quest up because you gotta travel all over the place. But I was thinking that would be a good place for me to farm some gold. I can do it with my warlock, because of the underwater breathing and stuff and the undying breath. I have to make swim speed potions with my freaking shaman, but it'd be a lot easier just to get, because I don't know if I'm going to play that shaman. Yeah, data stream, thanks for the follow. Hey, what's going on? I'm sitting here rambling, raising my fishing skill. I'll get up to 150 and then I'm going to go try to earn the gold to buy the book to raise it a little more. But yeah, thanks for the follow. Oh yeah, man. Yeah, everything's well with me. I'm a tiny streamer, you know, but I figured that I would try to do the turtle wow angle because I am having fun here, you know, and I've tried the different approaches and everything. I'm not like a hardcore raider or anything like that. I'm pretty casual, but I enjoy leveling and, you know, I have slow and steady enabled on all my characters, I think. So I enjoy doing the fishing and stuff like that. So yeah, I used to raid back during all the way up through Wrath of the Lich King. My son used to play this game with me. We used to raid together, and just like I was talking about earlier, man, there's really not a good source of information that I could find on Turtle Owl forums about all the adjustments to gear and everything. And I realized that, like, the Wolf's Helm for Druids and the Bloodvine set have all been nerfed, and I don't know why. So I really am kind of lost. Even if I wanted to get into raiding, what's the roadmap look like with all the custom dungeons and stuff? Like, I just don't even know, because ever since I started playing here, their database has been down, so I can't research any information. So I just do what I know to do, man, is just level and try to enjoy the things that I find fun and not even worry about raiding and gear and all that, and meet some cool people along the way. I'll sit here with my 40, I have a 40 warlock, that's my highest tune on here, and I'll fish up a couple stacks of Deviant Delights, cook them up, and just hand them out at Crossroads and pitch a tent for everybody. Well, I'm glad. Yeah, I'm having fun here too. Look, it's not perfect, and like I was saying in my stream earlier, there's a lot of things that I heard about the mods and stuff on here, but I have a tendency just to turn world chat off and limit my interactions, you know. And when I do interact with people, I just try to be nice and, you know, talk to people the way I want to be talked to. Don't get political and into religious stuff, and I think you're okay, you know. It's like, I did read on Reddit that it's very progressive leaning, you know, as far as the mods go on the server, but I don't care, man. As long as I'm not breaking any rules or anything, it doesn't bother me what your freaking political stance is. I don't care. I don't play games to be political. I just want to have fun and escape. Yeah, you have to turn world chat off, man. Even general chat can get kind of spicy, but you know. But yeah, I've got a warlock on here. I don't know what your highest tune is or whatever, but I'm pretty new to the server. I've joined 2 or 3 weeks ago. I have a real bad problem with making alts. I have a level 40 warlock. I have this guy that I just made the other day, and I have a shaman that's stuck at level 21. But they've made so many changes with some of the things. I'm really not sure. What got me back into WoW was a hardcore classic official, and I played that for a month, and I got the WoW bug again. I want to continue play. I just don't want to play Blizzard for subscription. Yeah, see, an Alliance Rogue is what I rode on official hardcore classic. It was dwarf. I fell in love with him, man. And the dwarf racial really saved my bacon a couple times on official hardcore. He's still sitting there. He was the character I made it the furthest with, and the character I knew the least about, or the class. I claim to know warlocks and druids pretty well because I played them for so many years, but I didn't make it as far as I felt I would have. Maybe it was just overconfidence, maybe not knowing the class. I was a little bit more meticulous in what I was doing, a little more careful. Yeah, he made it to level 42 or 43. Fun. Once I got poisons and got the poison quest done at 22, man, I was having fun with them. 40, and you're level 41. I could probably be almost level 60 if I had just focused on one character. Okay, so what have they changed on rogues here? I know that rogue tanking is a thing, but that doesn't interest me at all. I was playing a sub rogue on official hardcore just for the survivability factor because I'm a total noob with rogues. I had some working knowledge based off feral druids in the past, but you know, I got how the general class mechanics were supposed to work. So I mean, I wasn't totally blind with it, but I'd never played one before. Man, I had a lot of fun with it. If I make another rogue, it's gonna be dwarf. It's gotta be. So all the talents are kind of just quality of life. Mechanically, everything works. Like, I was having fun with subtlety. I leveled him with subtlety too. Everybody said level combat, but with a hardcore challenge, you know, it ain't about leveling speed. It's about survivability, in my opinion, and that made the more sense to me. Like I said, I feel like Stoneform actually saved his life a couple times. Had I been another race, I don't know if I'd have made it. Are you going to play on the PvP server launches in a couple days? No, I'm thinking about it. I used to play on PvP servers back in the day on official servers. Yeah, you can team with the opposing faction on this, but on PvP, it's going to be strictly your faction only. I'm probably going to go Alliance though if I roll a tune there. I'm going to see how it goes. If it's too bad, I'm probably just going to stick here and play my warlock or make me a dwarf rogue or something like that. You can kind of do some of the roguish stuff with druids, and you can solo a lot of stuff with druids that maybe you couldn't necessarily with rogues, but man, there's just something about being sneaky and being able to pickpocket people and open lockboxes I find fun. I know with engineering, there used to be Sephorium charges or whatever. I think you could open doors with those, but I don't think they worked on lockboxes unless they've adjusted that here. I haven't looked into it. Well, you should add my warlock. She's in your level range. If you ever need any help with anything, I'll be more than glad to help you. Her name is Necrophina, unless you're a hardcore player. Here's my thing, man. This is the one driving factor that's making me want to go to the PvP server. And it's nothing against Turtle WoW or anything like that. But the fact that hardcore players are so segregated from the general player base, I don't like that. It causes issue with questing and they die. They're constantly re-rolling new characters. And it just makes the leveling experience kind of sucky. And then I've made a hardcore character just to check their chat out and everything. And hardcore people don't have a very high opinion of normal players, and vice versa. So I'm like, that's creating division to where there doesn't need to really be any. I don't know personally if I was in Turtle WoW's developers' ears, I would have suggested a hardcore server rather than a PvP server. So if hardcore people want to be segregated from us normies, is what they like to call us, then let them segregate themselves on their own server. Yeah, they don't even want to share a server with us, man. They call us normies just because we want to play normally. And one of the reasons that I was wanting to go to the PvP server, yeah, you can't cross-faction raid or anything like that, but at least, like, say if you're on Horde or Alliance, at least the people that you see in those zones that you're leveling with, you can group with any of them if you so choose. You know, that was my thing. But, you know, that's just me. But that's just my observations, is, you know, being on the server for the amount of time that I've been in. I've found that highly frustrating. I have found that more frustrating than the so-called influx of Chinese people that everybody's complaining about. Bro, I'll be honest with you. Maybe I'm just lucky. I don't know. But the interactions I've had with Chinese players have been nothing but pleasant. I actually held one last night. What's the name of that white tiger or white lion over here in the Barrens that you have to use the horn to summon? That he was just sitting there. I was on the quest with this guy. He was just sitting there waiting for somebody to come along so to summon it. I don't know how long the guy had been there, but he was level 40 something, and I just went up to him. I was messing around in the zone and everything, and he was just kind of sitting there patiently, and I just went up to him and asked him what was going on, and, you know, what was he doing and how was he doing and stuff like that. And I think the guy was having to use a translator to communicate in English because he's taking a really long time to respond, but eventually did. And anyway, long story short, come to the conclusion he was trying to tame the pet. I happened to have the horn. So I did a countdown. I summoned him. I let him tame him. He thanked me. I was like, no problem. And I just went back to Crossroads, dropped the quest, and got it again, and went back and did it. You know, super polite. I've got no issue. But the hardcore people and normal players being so separate is more of an issue to me. Don't even get me started. That's kind of a rant. Another issue I have with these so-called hardcore players is when you're leveling alts, it makes it super hard because they'll be level 14 and out there killing level 9 mobs, grinding on green quest. I understand why they're doing it, but I also understand it impacts other people's play too. I didn't do that when I played on official hardcore. You know how you bounce between zones and just, you know, do green mobs and green quests. I don't think that's a challenge. I think that's kind of a cheese. So I would always do a level appropriate content to my level. And maybe that's why I died a few times. But you know what? I thought the whole challenge was to challenge yourself, not to try to easy mode your way to 60. But that's just me. Maybe they should have took away the mount reward and stuff like that for that particular challenge, and just people who truly want to play that way can play that way and not be incentivized by a mount. Yeah, but that was just my long-winded saying. Yeah, I definitely agree with you. Hardcore should be their own they should have their own server. It creates too many issues. It makes the world seem more populated. I get what they're doing, but man, as just an average player, it's such a headache. Like I said, I made a couple of hardcore characters on here, but my internet connection has been so unreliable lately. I don't want to invest a bunch of time into a character just to lose it because of lag spikes or ID seed, which up until the past couple weeks hasn't been an issue for me. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, for the most part, I've had fun here. The one of my major things is macros, man. Like, none of the macros that I made in official work here, and it's been kind of a downer. I've tried Roids and the other macro app, and they're just so much more complicated than what I'm used to. I haven't really been able to make any macros, and with Rogue, I definitely need mouse over macros, and there's a few for Druid I'd really like to have as well. Use Roids. I guess I need to find a better tutorial or something. I have it installed as on my add-ons, but I don't know. None of the macros that I could find I could get to work. But that's one of the major things for me here is the macro system and getting some functional macros. And ever since I've joined, the database has been down, so I haven't been able to really research. I know there's a lot of custom content in here, And I don't really know the order of which I need to do things. Like I said, some of the gear, you know, is different or whatever. But yeah, other than that, I've gotten everything set up to where it's acceptable for me as performance wise. And there's a lot of add-ons for this game. I have a YouTube video outlining that and where to get them for people and stuff like that. And but they're all older. But yeah, I'm used to Questy or whatever. But PF Quest, I'm gonna tell you, it's not that bad. I've only run into a couple quests that's had issues with it. I'll show you an item here. Let's see. This is one of the coolest custom items that I've found so far. In the Undead Zone, there was a quest for a low-level quest to get a wand really early. That was super helpful till I could get the enchanting wands. So that was automatically a really good impression for me. Because, alright, so here's my shaman. This weapon right here, the Horde Defender's Axe. Oh my god, man, it's so fun. I don't know if you've used it or not. Maybe not, being a rogue and being on Alliance. But its chance on hit summons a Horde Defender that will protect the area. Let's see. That will protect the area from enemies of the Horde. Let me turn this world off. I have that in a circle tab here. So sometimes you'll hit like a mob or whatever, and it'll actually spawn a level 20 like Horde NPC. And it can proc more than once. Like last night I was messing around and it actually spawned 2 of them. But the only thing is they don't follow you around like a pet. They're pretty stationary. So like once you spawn one and you move on to the next mob, they won't follow you. But you can kind of kite the mobs to it, and then after so long they die. But yeah, man, I thought that was one of the coolest things. I love that axe. So that was a piece of, I know that's not in the base game, so that was a piece of content they put in there I thought was super cool. Super cool. And plus it's a pretty good DPS axe too. I'm gonna hate to replace it, but oh yeah, it looks cool. I don't want to spoil anything for you, but the axe head, what does that look like to you? I'll tell you what it is in a minute. This is cool too. The axe head for this axe is a freaking tombstone. Yeah, you have to go to Westfall. And I was flagged. I didn't realize it when I clicked the thing. I was flagged and I went to Westfall flagged. Yeah. Right in behind the Dead Mines entrance is where it ports you. So yeah, dude, I was sweating bullets. I had a couple Alliance people. They didn't attack me. But dude, that was very tense. I didn't think I was gonna get ported to Westfall because I didn't read the freaking quest text like an idiot. But yeah, I got there in one piece, and that axe is sweet, man. I like it. So they really, I haven't got to experience much of the custom content, but for what I've gotten to see, it's pretty cool. I should just focus on one character, but I don't know. I just get bored. I've done Warlock and Druid to death. I shouldn't have even made one, to be honest with you. I should have did something completely different. But seeing how I've played them so much, why is this guy, man, he had no HP but wouldn't die. That was weird. I'm using the HD environmentals. I do not use the HD character models, and I really want to, but here's why I don't. But I run the environmental because I think it just looks better. But the reason I don't use the player models is because it changes the sound, and I don't like the new sound effects. I like the old sound effects. If I can figure out a way to get the new models, but with the old sounds, I'll be good. It changes the spell sounds and everything. It updates them to the newer stuff, and it just doesn't sound like World of Warcraft for me. But I like the player models, man. You talking about patch A, B, and C from the HD thing, forum post? That's what I was using. Yeah. Maybe I should post on there and request that, hey man, could you just remove the sounds and revert them back to the old ones, but with the new models? That would be awesome. Because it looks really good. I mean, I think it looks good just with the environmental update, but I like some of the new player models. I like some of them a lot. The troll ones especially makes me want to just roll a troll character. Oh, and the dwarf models look freaking sick too. I like them. Some of the Alliance models look really good. Some of them not so much. But yeah, That's the only reason I'm not running them, because I just don't like the new sounds. It doesn't sound right to me. It doesn't feel right. But I wished I could just get the new models without the new sound. Oh, we got a green. Inscribed leather boots. Level 13 green. Cool. So you're level 41 rogue. I'm assuming you leveled combat. I know I was doing things the hard way, but I was leveling on hardcore, leveling up subtlety. But I was looking at the combat tree talents, and I never got to play it, but I know at one point in time back in vanilla it was kind of OP. There's the mace spec where you can stun for rogues. I always wanted to play that. Oh no, the freaking guy's back. The turtle's back. Let me kill this guy for real this time. Well, it might help if I buffed. I ain't got no buffs. I should have war stomped right there. But yeah. So how is combat leveling? I mean... Oh, that's why I missed. He debuffs you with the hit chance. I mean, is it pretty fast? Might as well kill him. I'm doing 2 questing. Yeah, I would definitely love... I probably should have made a rogue instead of making a druid, to be honest with you. But I was thinking maybe I would just do a fishing streams and call him Fishing Bear. But dude, being able to open lock boxes and stuff is so nice. Because you can't always find... There's always rogues around until you need one. When I first joined this server, I had joined what was supposed to be a casual leveling guild on this server. And there was nice people there, don't get me wrong, but... There was like some kind of drama like day 1 or day 2, like their main warrior, 60 warrior quit because they were talking about DKP and there was already drama and they hadn't even raided yet. So I was like, you know, I'm just gonna just leave the guild and just play alone. Cool. Man, you've been playing rogue a long time. I like to think that I'm an experienced warlock and druid player, but there was such a long gap in like, I stopped playing in Wrath of Lich King. So how many years has that been? And I just started playing again when they whenever they launched Classic Hardcore, because it looked fun. I was watching a streamer play it and I was like, man, it looks fun. Let me try it. So ever how many years that is? That's a long gap, man. Long gap. And back when I was playing during vanilla, I didn't roll a lot of alts or anything. My day 1, I was a warlock because that was the closest thing to a necromancer that they had. The day 1, I was a warlock. And then as time went on, my son got into it. And then when Burning Crusade hit, I think it was Burning Crusade when they introduced the shaman for the Alliance side. What was it, Draenei or whatever? I made one of those characters and made a female shaman. And, love that character just because of the freaking accent and the little wiggle and stuff that she did when you cast spells. And my son made a... What did he make? I think he made a paladin or something. I can't even remember. But those were just our side characters because we raided on Horde side for real. But we just, when the expansion hit, we just wanted to try things from Alliance side. Funnily enough, I never played Shaman while I was Horde. I played it for the first time on Alliance. And they changed so much with Shaman during that expansion. You can dual wield and everything. I never got to play a Death Knight when Wrath of Lich King hit. I rolled a Death Knight because, of course, I had a character. You had to have a level 55 or something character back then. I made a Death Knight just to play through the new starting zone. And then when I finished that, I never played him again. So I have no idea about that class. But yeah, in a vanilla context, I really was having fun with my rogue. I don't know why I find it so fun just going around pickpocketing and open chest. But I heard there used to be a really good gold farm in BRD for rogues. Yeah, some of the cities, well, I feel the same way about Alliance though. I can't stand Stormwind, but I love Ironforge. And I hate Darnassus. And the only Alliance characters I can really stand to play that don't annoy me are Dwarf and Night Elf. But human have really good racials, but I can't stand the freaking emotes from the male humans. But they have really good racials for rogues, for real, PvE wise at least, and reputation bonus. Plus mace and sword bonus, I think. Yeah, they make really good PvE rogues, man. The only reason I don't like Gnome is because you can't see the gear on them. Oh, yeah, goblins are playable here too, and actually their racials aren't bad for rogues either. But geez, they're god awful to look at. They get increased dagger and mace hit chance or skill. Okay, I didn't realize I was accomplishing a quest while I was over here, but I'll take it. Really, so it really doesn't make a difference. I always thought that everybody made such a big deal out of the mace and sword for humans. It's like you didn't have to carry some hit or something on your gear in game. Yeah. Yeah, I imagine if your sword spec, definitely. Okay, so you have 18 years experience in rogues. So let me ask you this question. You seem like to be the person to ask. I've never gotten to do it, but it really sounds cool. Is mace spec as fun as maybe it seems like on paper? You know, with the stun proc? You know, maybe next time if I make another rogue, I'll do combat this time and go for mace spec instead. Just for the fun of it. And if I don't like it, I can always go to subtlety and know that I like that, because I like being a noob like me with rogue, having that, you know, cooldown reset and everything is a big plus. I went that route on hardcore because, you know, once you're dead, you're dead. It wasn't so bad. I mean, it was pretty slow leveling in the beginning for sure. I just thought with all the other stuns that rogues have, and then mace spec, that just the control that allowed you to have over, yeah, like you said, especially in PvP, would just be crazy. I used to PvP a lot on my lock. I think I got him up to Bloodguard back in the day in vanilla, which was, it took a little while to get there, but by that time locks were kind of OP. When I first started playing them, they weren't. They were like, nobody played locks back then. Like, it was rare to see another warlock. Boy, times have changed. You see them all over the place now. You know, and I didn't realize trolls could be warlocks on here. I didn't even look at trolls when I made a character. Then I started seeing troll warlocks everywhere. I was like, what? And for PvE, yeah, troll warlocks, man. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll go mace spec, human rogue. I don't know if I can go human, man. Especially for PvP against other rogues. Dwarf is just too good. Plus, I like their emotes and their laugh and everything. You want Night Elf? People shit on Night Elves, man, but I kind of like the aesthetics. The female Night Elf models in particular. And honestly, I was really torn. I almost made this. I did make this druid a Night Elf, female Night Elf. I sure did. And then I remade it into a Tauren because I like the Night Elf druid cat form and stuff so much better. I just think that the Tauren versions look silly. The bear's not so bad, but the cat form is just, it's terrible. Why did I go back to Tauren? Oh yeah, for the health bonus. That's what it was. And plus the name Fishing Bear didn't seem to fit a female Night Elf. And Night Elf rogues look tight too, man. I don't care what anybody says if the racials aren't as good as whatever. On PvE, I wouldn't imagine it'd matter that much. I think they look freaking great. No matter which, you know, gender or whatever, male or female. They both look really good. Yeah, exactly. So the shadow melding and the eating, that's the thing, right? Wasn't that a thing back in the day? And for hunters, it was really good. If you had a cat that could stealth as well, could ambush people. Oh, and I really like the jump animations for Night Elves. I think aesthetically, that is my favorite. That's my favorite race. I think it's most people's favorite race. But the Tauren cat form looks so ridiculous compared to how great the Night Elf cat form looks, in my opinion. But honestly, I didn't really intend on getting to that point with this character. It was just going to be fishing these deviant fish up here in the Barrens. And I was going to park them there. Yeah, and the better stealth. Doesn't that like save you a couple points in the, what is it? What's that talent? Camouflage or the stealth talent? Can't you skip a point or two in that just because of the Night Elf racial? Heck yeah. Yeah, man, you could min-max everything all day long, but at the end of the day, if you're a crappy player or if you're a good player, you can make anything work. is like me. I could probably have the best of everything, the best racials, the best gear, the best whatever, and still suck because I suck. But it's okay. Not all of us are pros, man. Some of us are just cogs in the machine. As long as I'm having fun, I don't care. I heard that they broke some stealth detection in some of the instances on this server, so you can't really do the stealth gold farms that you used to be able to do. How true is that? Or you probably haven't gotten to that point yet. But I know back in the day, you could take one rogue and one druid, or one rogue and two druids, and really farm some stuff, man. You know, on official. They can't. I thought I was reading on the forums where there was something about some mobs and some of the higher end stuff could always see, or something, that they had like their stealth detection was busted, as in it was too high. Yeah, any dog like the what was it, the hounds on my druid. I remember going into, what was it, BRD or something like that, and those freaking demon hound things, they would always see you, man. And I had all the talent points in the so maybe that's some of that stuff I'm reading, some misinformation. Oh, there's another green deviant scale cloak. Yeah, BRD. I thought that's what it was. I wasn't 100% sure on that. I used to go in there with my druid, man. What was I farming back then? I don't know. I don't remember. There was something. There was an enchant or something. I can't remember. Maybe it was just farming blues to vendor them. I don't know. Yep. Well, if I ever decide to make a druid and play it for real, dude, we'll team up. I'll team up with you and we can go stealth some stuff, some of those instances, and farm some stuff up. I'm not the best player, but freaking turtles back again. I gotta find me another spot. Hell, I might make another rogue. I'm gonna try the PvP server to see how bad of a cluster, you know what it is, and then go from there. At least I have a warlock that I can make bags with on this server, you know, not completely, but I'm not really established as far as gold and stuff goes. The auction house is really weird here. Like, there's not any low-level stuff for real, for people leveling and stuff. It's all really weird. It's strange. Yeah, let me find another spot, because I parked myself right on top of a turtle spawn. Ooh, we got a school of deviant fish here. Yeah, I'd be really curious. I read that, and that was one of the reasons, I'll be honest with you, that I didn't make a road. Oh, somebody else is over here fishing. They had to throw the bobber right on top of mine, too. I know, right? And we're talking like low-level greens and stuff, too, man. Like, who is going to wait 24 hours on a level 13 green that they need, like, then? And with the tent system and everything, by the time that thing comes off auction, you're going to be way past the level. I mean, it doesn't make any sense, personally. It's like, I throw stuff up there from time to time, but I put like a reasonable buyout and stuff, because not everybody's braiding and got thousands of gold. I don't have, I've got 1 gold 59, and on my level 40 warlock, I'm ashamed to admit, even though she didn't even have to buy her mount, it's like, I've got like 15 gold. Yeah, yeah, you're right. I've never been one to make, you know, be very good at gold making anyway, especially while you're leveling and you're brand new to the server, you know, but once you, I don't know, man. That's kind of what ruined retail too, is like, even on the hardcore server, people were freaking buying gold. I call them swipers. I don't play that way. I never have. And I do realize all these servers have, you know, they have calf shops. These private servers have cash shops. But the one thing I can say about Turtle is it's mostly cosmetic. The only thing that you could really argue is pay to win is the big, was it 26 slot bag, which, you know, there's an argument to be made that that's pay to win, but it's not that bad compared to, I looked into Warmane. Oh my God. No, thank you. I'm not playing there. I mean, I'll play there, but I'm not participating in the, in any of that cash shop. No, it's just gold making, you know. You can stay out a little bit longer than, say, somebody with 2 10 slots and 2 6 slot bags. I have to visit town more. You can stay out there a little longer and earn a little more gold. But for somebody like me who really sucks at making gold anyway, it's kind of a non-issue. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what this server was like before I joined, and you're relatively new as well. I heard that it used to be a lot more tight-knit and more friendly than what it is now. World chat's a disaster. It's like Baron's chat, but worse all day long. I have to put that in a separate window or leave it all together and just turn it on or off if I need to. Well, I don't really need it for anything. Yeah, on Warmain you can buy characters and epics and everything else. It's totally pay to win. They have a server that is non-cash shop, but if you do the battlegrounds, it's shared. Like you go to battlegrounds with the guys off the pay to win server. That doesn't sound like a good time to me. Yep, it sure is. You're right. I can't believe. Well, I guess I can. If you take a look back and look at this game back when I first started it, about a year after it initially launched, I think, because I was playing Anarchy online back then, and I didn't want to leave that game, but a lot of people, you know, after WoW came out, kind of killed it. But I loved Anarchy online. If you take a look back at the game that this was back when it launched and what it is now, it's not. I don't even recognize it. It's like I can't. Like when I had an active sub this last time, and I tried to play retail, I recognized nothing about that game. It's like nothing sounds the same, nothing moves the same, nothing looks the same. It's just it's lost its soul. Yeah, it's still alive. It sure is, man. Don't tell me you played Anarchy online. There's no way. Nobody ever knows what I'm talking about when I say that I played AO. No way, dude. People like to talk about twinking in video games. They have no freaking idea what they're talking about. AO had twinking, my friend. Running around with concrete cushions and med suits trying to step up into implants you had no business wearing. Yeah, that was my jam, bro. My main was a metaphysicist. I loved it. You're right. See, I had a metaphysicist that was my main, and I had a trader alt, and I had a fixer alt too. I had grid armor, and it was like super expensive back then. It's super rare. But I used my fixer to blitz missions, man. Blitz nanos and stuff. Made a lot of money off my fixer. Yeah, I named my first warlock after my MP pet, Bella Morte, the heal pet, I think it was. That was what I named my warlock in World of Warcraft. It had a mez pet, a heal pet, an attack pet. I loved it, man. So was you Omni or Clan? That's the question. Omni. Oh man. My first character was Clan, and then I made Omni alts just to experience it. I made my fixer Omni just for blitzing and stuff. And the shop, you got more credits for shops or something, if I remember right. It was something like that. Yeah, I played both, but my main was Clan. Man, I missed that game. The fact that we didn't get a Anarchy Online 2 is a freaking... that is such a disaster. Funcom dropped the ball so bad. They had such a devoted following for that game too. The people who love that game really love that game. I don't understand why they pissed it away like they did on Conan and all that other crap they come up with. Right. Man, I had so much fun low-level PvP in that game. Making little low-level agent twinks and stuff like that. It was so fun. Man, it's rare that I run into anybody that's played that game and even that made it to 220. Spent so many hours grinding hecklers in groups and stuff. Farming ingots. Do they still have the Fruit program? I ought to make a character and just go do Temple of 3 Winds one more time, man. That was so legendary back then. Getting trained. As soon as you step in there, it's crazy. Yeah, man, I'm old. Like I said, I played AO back in the day, man. Yeah, they used to grind hecklers for, the hecklers. I think that's what they called them. The mobs that everybody grinded for XP. They used to drop ingots, like platinum ingots or gold ingots. I can't remember. And they had high sell value. Yeah. I feel like Shadowlands ruined the game, man. It was just 2 separate games. Actually, Funcom, that was 2 separate games. They kind of just meshed into one. It just didn't have the same feel. But dude, that game was so fun. And the fact that the server, it was international. You got to play with people from all over the place. There was this one guy, his name, I'll never forget him. His name was Noatrox. He was an Aatrox keeper. Dude, we did so much stuff together in that game. It was fun. And I think he was from Norway or something like that. And I'm just a redneck from the United States, you know what I mean? But we had so much damn fun in that game together. I'll never forget that dude. He showed me the ropes, showed me how to twink and everything. And then Alien Invasion, we would sit there and do the CRUs or whatever you use to summon those freaking We'd farm those up. They'd do the motherships and stuff like that. I forget why we farmed them. There's a lot of new weapons and stuff we got. It was fun times, man. I miss it. And then you would log in like random cities and stuff, and there would be like RP guilds sitting there just like greeting people like when they logged in and stuff. It was super cool. I ain't never seen anything like it since then. Yeah, but primarily those are two MMOs that I've played the most is Anarchy Online and World of Warcraft. Yeah, twinking's real in that game, man. Like, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. Stepping up into implants, like quality level to 125 implants or beyond at a very low level, and equipping stuff you had no business wearing. Man, it was fun. And then one-shotting people. Yeah, Funcom dropped the ball, dude. All anybody wanted was an Anarchy Online 2 with more updated graphics and stuff. And they had to get sidetracked with that Ages of Conan and that other failure that they come out with. I can't remember the name of now. It was supposed to be a big deal and it turned out to be crap. What was that? What was that called? I don't even remember. Yeah, man. Yeah, running around with concrete cushions and a med suit begging for buffs so you can... yeah, been there and done that. Trying to get a wrangle from a trader so you can equip that weapon. They got so much right with that game too, man. It's just, I don't understand. They dropped the ball. I don't know what they were doing. But I knew that it was still alive and kicking, but I thought it was just one guy working on it now. But they had a really committed community there for a while, and they just kind of, I don't know, man. They didn't take advantage of it. I don't know if they were trying to come up with the next big thing to try to compete with WoW, but they totally lost their way. Are they even a game company anymore? I don't know. I have no clue. I don't keep up with them. I need to probably try to revisit that at some point then. Try to do a password recovery or make a free account. Just try to level up to go to Temple of Three Winds. Just for that alone. Yeah, it was kind of like a rite of passage just going to Temple of Three Winds and you were going to get mobs trained on you. But you had to go there to get the, what was it, the Guardian circuit board and the memory upgrades and stuff like that. There was a lot of loot in there you really needed. Yeah, I may have to download and install that tonight. It's been a while since I played it. I think I tried to play it again four or 5 years ago, and it was not like I remember. There was just no people, and they changed the where you start. That threw me off too, or something. It's like you don't start on the island anymore. It's something different. I'm really hesitant to pick it back up because of all the memories that I've got of that game, you know, and all the good times I had. I don't want to ruin it. Like I said, I tried about 4 or 5 years ago. I don't really remember how long ago it's been, but yeah, it wasn't the same. And I was like, yeah. Oh, no kidding, dude? Is this your YouTube name? Or you just stream on Twitch? I'll be sure to give you a follow, man. Watch your streams sometime. Hold on. Do that now. I don't follow many people on Twitch. Honestly, I don't use Twitch much. Just for I'll give you a follow. I wouldn't mind watching some AO streams. For reals. Just Twitch. I got you. Man, I've tried to stream. I just never committed to it fully. I used to run with a group of guys. We used to stream on D-Live a lot. We had a good little community going there. And then D-Live, man, it's just, it is what it is now. And our little gaming group kind of fell apart. And I've tried, you know, I've been on Twitch for a while, but never really committed to it enough to get anywhere on it. And it's never really been the same for me since I stopped gaming with that group of dudes. You just get on here by yourself and it's just, it doesn't feel the same to me. So I usually just get bored with it, and I'm usually playing games. I'm just not streaming it, you know. I guess I'm just not that interesting of a person either. I get that. And I'm an older guy, and there's not a lot of us older guys on here. So I don't know. I guess my time has passed when it comes for stuff like that. Yeah, dude, I'll definitely check your channel out. Like I said, I don't follow anybody. The only people I follow on here are smaller streamers. Like, there's a guy that I follow that plays Star Citizen of all things, and his wife plays World of Warcraft. I follow them too. Other than that, I don't watch a lot of Twitch. I watch more YouTube. And I got sidetracked with that, trying to make YouTube videos for a while. It was a waste of time. hard to get anywhere there either. Although when I do stream on YouTube, it seems like I get more views and stuff over there than Twitch for some reason. I can't explain that. I used to dual stream to Twitch and YouTube, but I'm going to do YouTube as its own thing because they give you transcoding and stuff, and you can do a much higher bit rate and resolution without being an affiliate or anything. So I'm going to do YouTube as its own thing so I can do higher quality streams over there. Because the 720 streams don't look so hot on YouTube. You're kind of limited to 6K here. And you have to kind of do 720 because you don't get transcoding until your partner or affiliate or something. So you could do higher resolution. It's just people like on cell phones and stuff can't watch you. I think that's how it works. I think I'm going to go cook up some of this food. Empty my bags a little bit. Alright, so I have a decision to make. Do I want to send the deviant fish to my alchemist to make elixirs of giant growth, or do I want to send it to my warlock who can make savory deviant delights? I don't know what I want to do. I may split them half and half and send... Yeah, man, I remember when I got my ship for the first time in freaking Anarchy Online. It changed the game for me. Like being able to fly around and stuff. It was super expensive though. And I'm going to tell you one thing. Having a character with a mount and then going back to a character with no mobility yet sucks. I need to be farming leather is what I need to be doing. Instead of waste over there fishing. Pick up some along the way. Heck yeah. That's cool, man. I ran into you. I would have never guessed. I mean, I don't ever run into anybody who's played Anarchy Online. That's pretty cool. I know I'm sending those to my freaking alchemist guy. There's always going to be a tent here at Crossroads, apparently. Yeah, I don't know if it's in my head or not. It just feels like tar and moves so freaking slow. What else can I sell over here? I can AFK over here and pick up all this food. I think it's still green. I don't know. I think I well past. Well, no. Because I did this before. I had like 80 of them, man, and cooked them all up. And that boosted my cooking way up. Fishing is the way to go when you're on raised cooking for sure. I've got that fishing pole. I got really lucky on my warlock over there in Desolus. Those crawfish traps. I ended up getting... what's the fishing pole that has the plus 20 on it? It's not the strong fishing pole. It's the whatever it's called. Anyway, I got that fishing pole on the lock. I was having really good luck with greens and stuff over here in Tarnmill. I think that's how it's pronounced, Tarnmill. I was fishing over there. There's a really good place in Desolus, man, on the Horde flight path. Like right when you land, there's a freaking floating wreckage right off the pier. You have to catch it when nobody's there, though. If you can catch it when nobody's out there, you can just sit there and fish it. Now, I'm still getting some skill points off this low-level food. I wish they had changed the icon for the mud snapper between the raw and the cooked. It all looks the same. And they don't look like fish either. To me, that looks like a frog. So are you gilded on Turtle WoW or no? Yeah, it does look like a frog, don't it? It don't look like a fish to me. Now, the catfish, that looks like a fish. I mean, that icon looks like a fish, but the mud snapper looks like a frog, man. The deviant fish look like a fish. That looks like a fish. That looks like a fish. I don't know. Oh, it finally went gray at 1:30. Yeah, I joined what was, like I said earlier, that guild that was supposed to be casual leveling guild, but like, man, their main warrior tank, their only level 60 warrior, I think, or what was supposed to be the main guy guild quit like on my second day there because they were arguing whether they wanted to do DKP or not. And I'm like, bro, if y'all are arguing about this stuff this early, I'm good. But I figured that if I joined the guild, it would stop from the ninja invite stuff. That was an issue when I first joined this server. It's toned down a lot now. Yeah, man, that's why I don't even care about raiding, dude. I'll be honest with you. I just don't care about raiding. I don't know what my end goal is for playing this. I just don't have one. That's probably... Let's see. I'm not cooking any of this. I need to make room in my inventory. I already did that quest. I don't know why that's still in there. Let's see. The catfish can go. I'll keep that stack just to eat. And I guess I'll send all this. Oh, I can sell that. I'm not gonna... Okay, so I have 20. I have 50. So I'll send some to my shaman who has the... I'll send a stack to my Yeah, let's see. No, I better send. I'll send a stack to him, a stack to her, and he can make another stack of those pots once he farms up the herbs. Oh man, I forgot to send this to him. Jesus, I might as well send this too. All right. I would do it if I could do it casually, man. You know, like just a not so serious type. You got to farm mats for 8 hours for consumables, and I'm just not gonna do all that. You gotta be a specific spec and blah blah. You know how it goes.
What?
Well, I just leveled 16. Awesome.
Greeting, we shall meet. Walk with breath.
So now I go get to pick up my quest for the manatee form. Yeah, it really is, man. I know I don't want to rate as a druid. Been there, done that. But I did get to do it in Burning Crusade, which made feral off-tanking and stuff much more viable, and it was a lot of fun. They added some really... I was a leather worker. They added some fun stuff in there. I think it was the expansion they introduced the drums. The increased haste and everything. That was fun. I got to do some raiding there. I think I raided on my lock in Wrath. I didn't... dude, I was already falling out of love with the game at midway through Wrath. They had made some changes to the game and everything that I just didn't agree with. Kind of ruined the community feel. It's like used to, man. Your name on the server mattered. The battlegrounds and everything were all the same server, you know. You would have rivalries and stuff like that. They just slowly whittled away at that over time. And once you lose a sense of community in an MMO, it's kind of over with for me at least. Man, I only have 1.76 gold and I got to train level 16 skills. Let's see what I can do without. I know that I pick up that water form quest at 16. I don't even know if I'll do it. I'm not doing it today. Yeah, I'm probably going to roll a tune on the PvP server just to, you know, get in on that initial rush. See how it goes. I know how it's going to play out. It's like it always does with World of Warcraft fresh PvP servers. After about a month, you're going to have guys in good gear just absolutely crushing anybody trying to level. But usually if you can get on that initial wave, it's not too bad. Thunder Bluff is I can't stand this town either, man. I get confused here. It's like, I think that's where my trainer is. Yeah. It's like, if you get off on the wrong level, like, I don't know. I don't like Thunder Bluff that much. I like the area of Mulgore or whatever, but I don't like the city that much. Iron Forge is probably my favorite city. I don't know why. Maybe it's just the whole aesthetics behind it, and I like doors and stuff. Yep, there's my quest. Well, I mean, it's just the way it's laid out makes sense to me. I can find my way around, no problem.
What bring go?
Alright, let's see. Oh, this ain't that bad. A new rank of Moonfire. I get Swipe and Rejuve. That ain't too bad. I think I have enough to train these. I need that. Really, I don't know if I really need Swipe, to be honest with you right now. It doesn't do a lot of damage. Let's see. Like I said, I'm kind of broke. I could honestly do without all three of these. It just doesn't do a lot of damage. I skipped Enrage on level 12, because that's really not needed either. I guess I'll go ahead and get what I can. Let's see, Moonfire, even though I don't use it that much. And what I get? Swipe? Where I want to put that? I don't know. Put it on mouse. I think that was it. Swipe, Moonfire, Rejuve. Yeah. Yeah. Now, that wasn't too bad as far as training goes. I still have over a gold. Yeah, man, I just like dwarfs. He's got a portable bank. Okay, so on this freaking lesson to learn, I gotta go to Moonglade. Let's just get that started. I just did a long quest yesterday with the freaking cure poison. I'm not gonna do another long druid quest. It's killing me. Between this and that shaman, oh my god, they're killing me on the class quest, man. I've got the water totem thing I haven't done yet because it's like every time I turn around, they're sending me on a freaking around the globe on this freaking class quest crap. And druid's bad too. Like, man, just let me freaking play, bro. Like, oh no, this is timed? Are you kidding me? What? I did not. Yeah, see, it's been so long since I've leveled a druid, man. Oh, I'm gonna die. That's just wonderful. Okay, so this is a time quest. I didn't realize it. Yeah, I like Iron Forge. Like, if I roll a character on the PvP server, it's either going to be a dwarf priest or a dwarf rogue. Because I feel the dwarf racial for rogue, especially in a rogue versus rogue situation or a rogue versus hunter situation, I really feel Stoneform is really a good racial ability as far as survivability goes. Because it can clear poisons. I think it can clear diseases. Something else. Bleeds, maybe? Where am I going here? It says it's this way. I guess if I read the quest text, it would help things, huh? But why does it show me multiple locations for this thing? I guess I'll know it when I see it. Okay, there's a breathy thingy, so I'm going to go down there. There it is. Alright. PF quest is showing me multiple locations. I don't know if that's true or not. I really like the gnome racial abilities in some circumstances too, but I'll tell you why I don't play gnome is because back in the day I was one of the only idiots. I think I was the first one on the server to do this. Okay, so the Warlock Epic Mount quest is a very long and involved quest, and you really need a guild for it to make it smooth. Okay, so I always played Horde. I was in the guild on Horde side, and I did the Warlock Epic Mount quest, and yeah, it took a while. I wasn't the first to do it on the server, but I did it nonetheless. I was one of the few that had my Epic Mount as a Warlock. Okay, so idiot me decided that I'm gonna roll a second Warlock. I was on a PvE server at the time, or I rolled on another server, I can't remember. So I made a gnome warlock, leveled it to 60, and did the epic mount quest without being in a guild. I did ungilded, I pugged the whole thing, yada yada yada. Did I not loot the freaking... Yeah, I did. Oh, I've got to go to this shrine. Where is it? Where is the shrine? Oh, it's way the freak over there, bro. I'm not even going in the right direction or anything. But anyway... And the whole time I played that gnome warlock, it's just the sounds he made when he got hit and stuff just freaking annoyed me so much. But I persevered and vowed to never play another gnome character. Because when he'd get gear and stuff, it's like the gear wasn't visible. It was, you could hardly see it. I didn't like that. And after all that effort, he looked so stupid sitting on the top of that mount. And Orc doesn't look good on top of that mount either. I'm just going to be real. I don't like the way the Orc looks sitting on top of the mount. The mount looks too small for him. But that's just me. Yeah, so I did the Warlock Epic Mount quest twice. Both on Horde and Alliance. And honestly, I don't care anything about having the Warlock Epic Mount on the Warlock I have now. I'm not going through all that again. I had a lot more time to play back then. I got this part done. Yeah, this whole fighting the halves of the pendants thing ain't happening today. I remember this from back in the day that you gotta go all over the freaking place. It's like, I think it sends you to South Shore. I don't remember exactly. You gotta speak to people and blah blah blah, and they tell you where to go. I think one's in the Barrens. One half is in the Barrens somewhere, and the other half is in South Shore, if I want to say. And it's really rough at this level, so that's gonna have to wait. I've got the quest though, so I can go back and get it anytime. I think I need a few levels on me before I attempt it though, because I remember, I want to say the part in South Shore is a little rough, because there's I think there's Murlocs involved. I think. Don't quote me on that. It's been a while. Anytime there's Murlocs involved, I need to be able to out level them, and I don't. What am I going up here for? I need to go back. I'm just gonna Hearthbag, man. That ride from the Wind Rider here to all the way back to freaking Thunderbluff takes an eternity. So now my Hearthstone's on cooldown. Yep. Alright, so level 16. Got some new abilities, got a bunch of fish. What is my fishing skill up to? Dude, I maxed my fishing skill out. Okay, I didn't realize I had these greens in my inventory either. Alright, so I can make some more clams. I got some water, yeah. So, what are those? Man, those are actually better than what I have. And that's a level 14 green compared to my actual crafted items. 3 strength, yeah, I'm doing it. That is sad. And that's the exact same thing I already have. Let's go vendor that stuff. I got a bunch of those deviant scale cloaks back when I was fishing over there with my warlock.
Spirits.
What was I gonna do? Oh yeah, man, I still got fish in my freaking inventory. Are you kidding me?
What?
Good lord, I didn't realize I caught that much. Can't get rid of it all. Gonna cook these clams up. And then I'm gonna call, even though I'm not getting any skill points off of it, still 4 stam, 4 spirit. So yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap this stream up and leave it there. I'm gonna have to earn the gold to go and get the fishing book from Booty Bay, I believe is the guy that has it. But yeah, I'm gonna log this guy off and probably play with a warlock for a little while. I'm gonna eat dinner and stuff first. But yeah, dude, Data, if you're there, you feel free to add me in game or whatever. Yes, sir. Yeah, same here, man. I'm glad you stopped by. Feel free to add Fishing Bear or Necrophina. I'll show you how they're spelled. She's actually in your level range to do stuff with. Yeah, there's my characters here. But yeah, since you're alliance and everything, you can team up on this server. So I'm not like leveling, like, man, I spend a lot of time fishing. I'll be honest with you, over there in Desolus with her. And this guy, I just made him. I don't think I'm gonna play him. I'm not really finding it fun. Even though that axe is cool. I should have made an orc, to be honest with you, for the axe skill. But yeah, dude. Thanks so much for stopping by, hanging out with me. It made time go by. And I'll see you on the next one. Cool. All right, Dada, you take care. I'm gonna call this one done and probably try again tomorrow. But yeah, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for the follow. Really appreciate it. Yeah, I'll see you in game or on stream tomorrow. You too.